Here's today's spoonful of courage. You know, you may have noticed that I'm always wearing a surgical hat. It's actually a do-rag that I use, but I want to give you one reason why I do that, especially with the COVID crisis. I've been getting my haircuts at home, and my 12-year-old son, Charlie, has been cutting my hair. If you notice, it's kind of uneven, and there's some patches that are exposed, and it's kind of all over the place. If you think my haircut's bad, I want to tell you a story about Charlie when he was mowing the yard. He just started to learn how to mow the yard. We have a riding mower, and last summer Charlie was just zigzagging all over the place, doing figure of eights in the yard, but really not really cutting the grass. And just watching it made me more and more frustrated as I realized that I was going to have to come and clean up after his mess. You know, I was tempted to come down on Charlie and really kind of beat him over the head and get him to go back and mow the grass and do the right thing. But as I really began to think about that, I realized that Charlie was just like any 12-year-old boy, was just having fun, doing wheelies on the riding lawnmower. You know, I wonder sometimes if our Heavenly Father doesn't see us that way. Often He sees the things that we're doing, and He sees those patches, those holes that we have as we, in our own strength, try to, cut the grass in our own power. And so often, God, as our Heavenly Father, comes in and makes up the difference. He makes up for our inadequacies. That's what the Bible calls grace. Isn't it interesting? If you read each one of Paul's epistles at the end, there's some mention of grace. You know, grace be with you all. And, you know, grace is even more than just our salvation, of God making up the difference for us morally when we don't measure up to His perfect standard. God also empowers us. He strengthens us. He illuminates us. He equips us to do the things that He calls us to do. And in His grace, He makes up the difference. I'm Dr. Chuck Page, the best guy to see on the worst day of your life. Please subscribe and share. And thanks for being on our Spoonful of Courage podcast.